Don't fail me now. I lost my goddamn mind. It happens all the time. I can't believe I'm actually meant to be here. Hey everyone, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez. I'm coming at you today with a VeVe, OMI, Debie update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. I love you all. Everyone say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. Commenting, liking, and subscribing is a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon, smashing that super thanks button down below, super chats as well. That was Falling in Reverse. The Drug in Me Is You. That is such a great song. We do have quite a bit to go over today, despite me. I streamed yesterday. I've been streaming all the days, but I think me and Rain had streamed on Thursday, and then Friday and Saturday I just streamed by myself. So usually there wouldn't be too much to go over, but there is a lot. Let's go over the OMI real quick. I was going to go over Debie because the title does say Debie flipping OMI, which did happen for a brief moment in time. OMI's down about 3.5% on the day, so it is at like the lowest it's been in the last 24 hours. 20004-169. Not a ton of volume here. 852,000 in volume, so really not a lot. Most of that volume, I'm going to guess, is from MEXC. Yeah, MEXC is 44% of it. Then after that, it's Ascendex at 152,000, which again, it's always there. I don't know what goes on with Ascendex. And then after that, it is MEXC after OKX. So why I made that title on this number 557 right now, and Debie, which is up about 15% on the day, it's number 602. It's actually only 112. It was like 118 before, so it actually did flip OMI for just a brief minute. Looking at the past couple of months, it's done maybe like a 5x, but if you go on and you look after 3 months and you say, okay, what was it like back in September, like 4 months ago? It says 14.1 cents, but I'm telling you that wick down to like 12. I'm like positive. Anyway, I had a conversation. I had a couple conversations. So some of these people watch me. They had given me a call last night and said, "Hey, I heard you talking about Debie the last couple of days. I know you said it's done like a 8x from the bottom, 8.5x, almost 9x. And like, is there really something that actually it's like a 12x now? Actually, a dollar. Yeah, it's about that. Is there anything that you really think that can go higher? Like, it's already done like that 9x. Like, do you really think it can go like 100x from here? Now, granted, this was last night when we were at what's the last 24 hours here? When we were at like 96 cents, and I was like, well, maybe I think it can. And he's like, well, what does Rain say? And I was like, I mean, me and Crypto Rain talk about it a while. I was like, he thinks it could 1,000x from here. And he's like, that's insane. I was like, I know that would make it like $100 billion market cap. I mean, what is it right now? It's like 98 million. So let's say it's 100 million. We'll round up. 100x from here is a $10 billion market cap. That's very, very high. That would make it like the number 23 crypto right now. But I mean, it's a layer 1 blockchain. It's the fastest in the world. It has apparently some amazing announcements coming out soon, one of which is going to come out very soon, like this month. I don't know what it is. I don't know when they're going to do it. They said soon a couple weeks ago. Soon in crypto could mean like 3 months from now. I don't think it's going to be that long. Again, I don't know what it is. Apparently some type of exchange. I don't know if it's going to be a crypto exchange or something larger. Whatever else that could be. I don't know, maybe like a Robinhood or something. Because I think they do both. Hold on, let me just awesome. And again, a buddy of mine had given me a call. He says, well, what are you buying right now? And I was like, and this is last night. I said, yes, and I should have access to more money soon. I am up. I'll be up to 200 million OMI before the end of this next week. I know it's Sunday, so this starts the week. Are there any football games on today? Before the end of this next week, I'll have 200 million. Unless the price goes nuts in the next couple of days, we'll see. But I told him I would definitely be buying as more money comes in. Another person called me today. He's like, what have you been telling people? I was like, well, I told this guy yesterday I was still buying, and like, that was when it was like 96 cents. It was like, it's $1.12 now. So it's up another 15%. He's like, well, you said I could do like 100x, right? Like, yeah, I think it can. It's like, what's your minimum? I'm like, oh, dude, I don't know. Like 30 maybe. He's like, well, it's still gonna be worth it to buy it now, right? It was like, yes. I mean, I'd like to. It was great when I bought it at 30 cents and 15 cents. I wish I could go back and I wish I could take this money now and go back then and buy it there. If we only had that power. Um, but I said I'd obviously like it to buy as cheap as possible. But when you take a look at the charts here, let me go to this. Oh shoot, I can't. Okay, I'll just go to these charts. And you take a look at some of these moving averages and the closes, like, okay, it looks like it could be a straight shot up to like $1.40, and then after that go to 2. Then it's kind of an uncharted territory. It had actually wicked up to $1.20 before, but I would say let it do its thing. You could have that potential pullback before Trump takes office, where people say like, "Oh, um, bull runs over." Dude, there's so many things that people do for like rage bait and clickbait. I've heard a bunch of times, be like, "All right, guys, we've been at this for a while. Bitcoin was down to like 12, 14,000 in 2023. It's 2025 now. Bull run's coming to a close." Maybe they're right. I don't. I think we have like a good 12 months left. I think this bull run is good for like through the end of the year. Again, maybe it's not. Maybe those people are right. Maybe late 2023 when Bitcoin is 14K, that was the bottom, and we've been in a bull run ever since. Maybe they're right, and it's almost over. I don't believe so. Obviously, you have these peaks and valleys here. Could it dip one more time before Trump takes office? Sure, I think so. Could you have one of those sell the news things like Trump's finally in, and then people expect it to pump, so they kind of use that as like a sell signal, and then it goes back down, and it's possible. I know, what is it? Michael Saylor and MicroStrategy had purchased or they sold another $2 billion in their stock offering, and they're going to purchase another $2 billion in Bitcoin soon. Are they going to go in and purchase any altcoins? No, but just again, not slowly but surely, I'm seeing some of these like normies come in that are saying like, hey, I heard. Now part of this is because they know me and they know that I'm in the space, and they're like, hey, there's someone that's in here, like where, like they don't even ask me should I buy Bitcoin or where can I buy. They're like, or if it's a good idea, they're like, hey, where can I buy some like Bitcoin? Where can I do X, Y, and Z? There's a couple people that like, hey, what should I buy? And that's fine. I'm not hearing. I'll go to the gym anymore. But I'm not hearing like these conversations at the gym, like, yeah, I got Bitcoin, I got Doge, and I got this whatever NFT, which I heard last time in 2021, 2022, everyone's talking about like what they're buying. And these are people that had like no financial education, no financial literacy. It's just like the gym bros that were, and again, maybe they did, but just based on the stuff they were buying, I don't think they did. Anyway, I just don't see retail really too much in yet. So I think we have loads of time. Again, just for Bitcoin and the top 100. Let's see what that's at. I think Bitcoin's at, what is it, 98? Yeah, it's 98 too. Pretty flat on the day, up like 0.1%. Everything else is actually flat and red. Ethereum down 0.7, XRP down 0.5%, BNB down 0.7, Solana down 2.2, Doge down 3.5. So actually, this is a pretty red day for most cryptos. You do have the outliers over there. I don't even want to say edge cases because there's enough of them where it's not just an edge case. But granted, it's a weekend. Whenever volume goes below like 100 billion, like it is right now. Well, despite that, does look like it's only down like 2.1% as far as the entire crypto market in general. So it's not too crazy. Anyway, let's go to it's like, well, Chavez talking a lot about Debie. What about OMI? Like I said, I'm still buying. I'll have 200 million before the end of the week. I did say I would stop there, I would stop there as long as the prices, if one of two ways I'll stop. I'll stop there if OMI just goes up and everything else goes down, or everything else stays the same. In which case, I might just actually sell some of that OMI and put it into other stuff if OMI goes up and everything else stays down. However, if DEVVE continue, like if DEVVE, whatever their announcement is, I don't know. Let's say by February, DEVVE's like $5-10, and if OMI's still down here, let's say OMI does a 2x and we are at 0008, and that's where it's trading at. That's its new, it wicks up to like 0012, goes back down 0008. That's where it's at. If DEVVE did like a 5 or 10x, if it's at like $5 or $10 and OMI's still in the triple zeros, I'll sell some debt. Like, even though like I said, like, how didn't you just say DEVVE could do like 1,000x? Like, that's Rain's thing. I've learned not to question him when things like this happen, because a lot of time he's often right. But so, well, you safely said it might be able to get to 100. Like, well, I think minimum maybe 30, and I would say, yeah, basically probably go to 10 billion, so like 100x. It's like, well, why would you sell it like a 10x? Like, well, if it does go to 100x, well, then it's really only another 10x from there. Whereas OMI at 0008 could do like a 50x. That 50x brings it to just 4 cents. That's my base case. So it's just easier for that to happen. But so I'll once I get the 200 million, I'll stop buying OMI. I'll solely focus on other things, unless that stuff happens. Or like I said, the NFTs could run. And if NFTs run and like OMI kind of stays the same while the NFTs are going crazy, then I'll sell some of those. There's actually something I want to read you. There's a buddy of mine. I was actually telling him about DEVVE as well. He said that Essence might spike up this month, that they're pushing Earth 2 version 1 for a January release. Essence actually up the last couple of days. I think it's at 7 cents right now. This has been at like 5 cents, I'm pretty sure. Actually, Essence has been at like 3 cents. So Earth 2, this has been 3.8 cents back in November. I should have bought there. Hella low. We're at 7 cents right now. We have been a lot higher than that. Actual trades in June. Well, there was a couple of trades where it was at like $1, and then obviously when it actually traded down here in June, it was like 12 cents. It was down 7. So very, very low market cap there. So it's $20 million market cap, fully diluted. Like I said, very low. If Earth 2 version 1 rolls out and like the gaming narrative hits, this goes insane, right? This goes crazy. And I have a very, very small bag of this. It might be like 3K worth. I don't even think it's 3K worth. Like 2.5. It's a very, very small bag. So I told him I think it goes bananas when Web3 gaming becomes the narrative. But I said it seems like AI or NFTs are going to run next. And I asked him like, hey, did you wind up getting DEVVE before? And he says like, no, I keep forgetting. I was like, well, it's up 20% today. And then he's like, damn. I was like, yeah. So I asked where to buy it. I told him. And then he says, I don't think OMI is going to make it, because the cycle will be over by December and it's still at the bottom. So I said, well, you've got to wait for the NFT narrative to run. When it does, I said, again, from here, I think OMI does 100x. And says, it seems like AI or NFTs is the next thing to run. Both are being talked about. I think it'd be weird if it went straight from memes to AI. And that's why I think NFTs being next is a good possibility. NFTs have also been doing about 300 million per week in volume. So there's a lot of evidence to suggest that it does run soon. That being said, NFTs did run last during the previous cycle. So if the same thing happens again, NFTs won't run until the end of the year, but it will run. It's only a question of when. And I think it'll happen again. I think because of gaming this time. I asked him if he played Off the Grid, because that's something that a lot of my gaming friends play. I said it's a new video game where each of your new limbs that your character gets is a new NFT. He says that I'm not a fan because it feels pushed very hard by paid influencers. Never really a good sign. And I say, well, I haven't played it, so I can't speak for gameplay or how it feels. But Axie Infinity went like 3000x last time. Everyone was talking about it, and that game sucked. Like it was boring. I refused to play it. I was like, this is not worth it. This is not. I'm not straight up not having a good time. So even if the influencers that are like being paid to push off the grid and they're just playing for the paycheck, there's still 2 million people out there that are playing, and I bet most of them don't even know that they're playing with NFTs. So it's possible that when they find out that they think they've been duped and maybe they just rage quit the game, and then maybe the game dies. But there just seem to be so many of these blockchain games that I can't help but think that one of them has to take off. I suppose it is possible that NFTs is just too dirty a word for the rest of the world, or too hard for normies to understand. If that's the case, then rip OMI. But again, not in my just entertainment opinion, I do think that runs at some point. Again, there's no way that NFTs be having 300 million in volume per week now, and NFTs like don't run at some point. Again, it'd be great if they ran first. I could take my OMI, start selling, put into other stuff that hasn't run yet. A flow as well. Flow, oh god, it's gonna be massive. And speaking, so AI, I had mentioned because meow, hi, streaming, So women always like know when like you're busy. Anyway, I go to, where am I? Not the consultant group. All right, so I go to a message with my friend, and he asked me about what is this even? AIXO. I don't even know what some of the stuff that it was. What was it? AIXO. No, I'm sorry. AIOZ. That's what it is. He said, I've heard a bit about this. I've heard a bit about I guess they have a node network where by contributing spare storage on your hard drive, you enable AIOZ network to store media and data in a fast, secure, and decentralized manner. And basically, people's nodes power the network. Saying thousands of people around the world, just like you, contribute their spare computing power to store, deliver media dApps running the AIOZ network, and in return, they are rewarded with AIOZ tokens. So I go in and take a look at it. AIOZ. So again, the reason I'm talking about this is because it's one of the narratives that could potentially run. Because like I said, AI and NFTs seem to be the one that things are talking about. This is likely one of the ones that people. I don't know if there's another AI token that's above this, but this is number 112 right now. You hear a bunch of them. You hear Fed AI, you hear Medicaid, you like hear all these different things. So I go in and I say, oh, these are about the nodes. Hang on. I said, I'll go deeper later, but for right now, here's my first impression. The decentralized storage. Store all your stuff in their version of the cloud. Everything goes on the blockchain. It's a big step to their bigger goal of AI computing. They have a network of 200,000 devices that run nodes for their decentralized storage. I can't find how many people actually use and pay for their product, though. Their partnerships and research come from several universities. University of Aberdeen, Arkansas, Vietnam National University, Liverpool, and Tsinghua. So none of them are Ivy League. They have worked with Alibaba Cloud in the past. They did have some type of thing with NVIDIA, and say they are a top AI token because of their market cap. They're on a bunch of exchanges already. I've said that NFTs or AI is likely to run next. If it is AI, this will be one of the leaders because of its accessibility and hype. Because I can't estimate what their revenues are, I can't make a strong case for fundamentals. They have one founder who's not active on Twitter, and their affiliate on X are very small. If this were a normal company that I could buy stock in, I wouldn't, because even though that they were the first to market, I don't know anyone that's like pumped to store everything they have on a company's decentralized cloud that's less than 4 years old. I'd pass on this if it were a stock. And again, even the people that would want to do it, how many are going to pay for it? I don't know. I say that, however, because of the narrative that's likely to run, the tokenomics, because they're fully diluted, there are no token unlocks. There's only 1.1 billion tokens, so it's not one of these like meme coins that have like 800 trillion tokens and or anything like that. So the tokenomics can be hyped. People could consistently say like we're early. and it's respectable engagement on X, meaning that they have 106,000 followers, and it's not one of those accounts where like, yeah, they have 100,000 followers, but they get like 3 likes and like 400 impressions on their post. No, they get thousands of impressions, they get engagement. So they do have a respectable engagement on X. I can say that if you put money in this, it'll likely do well. I can't say for sure that it justifies even what its market cap is right now of 1.3 billion, much less what it could be when everyone has euphoria. But as we know, people tend to not look at market caps, so I can picture this running to 10 billion or so as the narrative hits, and maybe it goes even higher. I don't know. Again, I just did a random quick check of this company. It does have, well, it has 77 million now. It did have like 100 million in volume. So it's not one of those things where it's like, okay, yeah, it's got like a, 10 million in volume, and if you 10x the, the volume, you could like 4x the, like 3 or 4x the price. It's already got, what does this go to, like a billion in volume, and it's just, it's hard. It's hard for me to get excited about that. I'll go in and like I said, if that narrative hits, it'll probably do well. But again, I just don't know the founder. Again, they're not active on X. I don't really know I don't know the team. I don't know I don't know their revenues. Like how many people are using this? They have 200,000 people that are like running their nodes. But like how many people are actually paying to put their stuff on this? I don't know. And maybe I do. Maybe I know somebody that is like, actually, yeah, this is like what we've been waiting for, and this is the first company to do it. They're first to market. Again, you could probably explain it and get hyped in many different ways. I don't know how many of these are actually first. If everyone can just go in and smash that like button, that'd be super great. Anyway, let me just type in AIOZ crypto. There's a guy named AJ5 a day ago, talking about major price breakout. That has 923 views. This guy named Next Gen Crypto is talking about it, 242 views. Coin Bureau Trading. All right, so Coin Bureau Trading has 51,000 subscribers. He made a video and it's got 3,300 views a couple weeks ago about AIOZ. There's not a lot. All right, there are people that are talking about this. They're not getting a crazy amount of views. All right, there's a guy named Lee the Captain, 40,000 subscribers. So these people that 50,000 subscribers, 40,000 subscribers, and they get 3,000 views on their videos. So are they getting these views because that many people are pumped to go in and learn as much as they can about AIOZ? Do they have this super strong community? Again, they have respectful engagement on Twitter. Or are people watching this because, oh, hey, what's my favorite guy, 40, 50,000 subscribers? What are they talking about? And they'll watch whatever that they put out. I don't know. Another guy named Caesar Gets Crypto. He only has 15,000 subscribers, but he has 2,600 views on this. So that the engagement on these do seem better. At least the guys with 40 and 50,000 subscribers, they do seem better than what I would get on like a VeVe or OMI video. So that engagement is there, despite them actually having less than half the amount of followers over on X than VeVe does. I mean, again, they're the number 112 crypto out there. If OMI gets to number like 112, the amount of eyes on it, like there wouldn't be 250 people here. There would be like 800 people here. I mean that the other, granted, I did have 2,000 people here when I was streaming for 14 hours. So the algorithm kind of went crazy. Yeah, and anyway, that's just something I wanted to go over because of the. Oh, hold on. Something I wanted to go over because of the narrative that could potentially run. And again, I don't want people to say like, "Oh, you're talking with your whales about one thing, and yeah, you're not telling us about it." So I just don't want to be accused of hiding certain, what do you call it? I don't want to be accused of just hiding knowledge behind like a paywall, saying Anyway, Mr. MC1 says October 10th, 2025 is going to be an epic day. That is going to be his VeVe Go logo party over in New York, or New York Comic Con. All right, so I guess here's one of the other things that when I talked about like rage bait and clickbait before, the amount of people I saw yesterday. So this does come from, yeah, the amount of people I saw yesterday that said like, "Hey Randy, have you paid any of your OMI bets? It's not a penny." And I didn't see it because I either block these people or just don't follow them. Somebody had tagged Living Aloha, who I'm not gonna lie, I forgot I even made a bet with this guy, and said like, "Did he honor your bet?" So again, out of the ones that I did pay, I forgot that this was even a thing. Living Aloha, which again is a good guy, he just forgot something. He said the bet was not honored. All is good since OMI moved down almost 60% from the time that the bet was made. People lost a lot of money. I don't want to profit, even if it was for charity, from people losing money. We made a donation bet of $1,000 to our favorite charities. OMI had to hit 1 cent by the end of 2024, he says, which we'll go over why that was a mistake. That I even made a small donation to support his charity when the bet was made. O'Milly had gone over and tagged me in something. This is how I found out that something was even going down. Because O'Milly tagged me, was like, "Randy Chavez, pay your bets." And I was like, "What?" And he says, like, "I saw those bets for January 2025. So I go in and I respond to him very nicely. I say, "Well, both retail reply guy, who's the guy I made the $10,000 bet with, and West Coast guy 101, who's the guy I made the $5,000 bet with, will say we're square. What on earth are you talking about?" Even retail pleb, the guy says, "Yep, square." Hold on, let me go over this. I had to go on and make a post about it. Retail pleb says, "Yeah, Randy is a good guy. Totally honored a not insignificant money bet with a random internet stranger. Regardless of the thoughts on VeVe, etc., he's always positive and an asset to the space. I hope OMI does well, to be honest, and everyone who's still invested gets rewarded for their patience." He goes on and more replies, says integrity, saying that I did do it. And then again, just talking about Living Aloha for a second, who is a good guy. He just misremembered when the bet was, and I completely forgot about it as well. Here's a screenshot from December of 2022, where he goes on and says, December 31st, 2025. Actually, I could read it like this. Suggestion: let's both use a million and break down the portfolio by percentage of assets that we both hold in real life. We can make a Google sheet and list our charity. 1% of 1 million will be OMI at the price OMI is the day we virtually shake on this. And I said, well, I actually put 32 December 2025, but I said 31 December 2025 is fine. My charity is Best Friends Animal Society. Just retweet and screenshot this. 10 cents is the price point that has to hit for me to win. If it doesn't, you win, and I donate $1,000 to your charity. Now, in case people are just maybe people are a little tipsy right now and think, well, 31 December, we just passed 31 December 2024. So this bet is not over for another year. Probably why I didn't remember it, because probably in my calendar from like 12 months from now. So I have to go over and post on X. Where did I even do this here? And again, Living Aloha is fine. He went out and made public apology, said, "Hey, Randy, sorry, didn't think that. I thought that bet was this year. It's not till next year." So I say people make mistakes. Cheers to Living Aloha for making a public apology. Charity bet for OMI is still on. Who will win, I wonder? There is, as much as I don't really like to give this person attention, I do have to go on and talk about it because he did bring up my name. When you go to, where was it? Cavell Anderson, 24 hours ago, saying VeVe influencers make stupid bets and then don't pay up. Talking about Living Aloha. So instead of going on and talking to me and saying like, "Hey, I heard you didn't pay this bet," and getting the full story, he just decides to go on and spread rumors. And then finally, a few hours later, he says, "Oh, actually, it looks like this man's paying his debts. I respect it." Did he go and take down the one where he calls me like basically a loser? No, he did not. I think that is very disrespectful. But Again, people like to do raid stuff. So a lot of the stuff the last, I would say 24 hours, the negativity, again, even though it was corrected, that was about me. The negativity is out there, despite it all being wrong, me proving everything. Just wanted to kind of have the chance to clear my name. Anywho, let's go back on the rest of the news here, shall we? Talk to me about the same time, husband, Psyduck. Oh man, there's a lot of these that I had to. Yeah, I got receipts for everything, guys. So we had a complaint over here about the Maserati drop, and I don't think this is something that is unique to Maserati. I think it's all any drop that has had a special edition. So whether it was in the Evolvables drop where you had Punisher or Sabretooth, you had the common, uncommon, rare, all the way up secret or whatever. But then there's a special edition of the common. It was like 1 out of 140 or 1 out of whatever. And you could never be able to tell how many of them were left. So I had a buddy of mine saying, hey, do you guys know if there's any more of one of those 50 Maseratis? It's kind of dumb that they don't show if they're available or not. I agree 100,000%. They should absolutely be showing that. And it says, I want to buy a couple blind boxes right now on the chance that I get one. And I just said, I'm sure that there are, but unfortunately there is no way to tell. I don't know if you can do that on Stacker or not. Speaking of which, they actually made like 80 something thousand. Do I have that screenshot? I don't know. Hang on. Let me see if I do or not. They actually made like 87,000 for Maserati. I was again 3 days ago. I was like, yeah, this might make like 30, 40K. Made like 65, 67,000 on the first day, and now that it's the 36 hours later, and they made 87, 88,000. I thought that was pretty cool. I didn't see, again, I'm sure there's other people that have made content about this. I'm sure O'Milly went live. I'm sure other people went live. I'm sure there's other people talking about this. I just didn't see it. Like I didn't see like any of these like crazy spaces or crazy streams talking about how they were pumped for Maserati. If you were to ask me, like if anyone were to ask me, and I didn't check these prices, I didn't check how many were sold. They're like, how'd that Maserati drop do? I would have genuinely told them like, I don't know. I really didn't hear anyone talking about it. I didn't get one. There wasn't really like this secret rare, but they had this like special common. It's like a 1 of 50. And so maybe people gambled on that, but I've had one person talk to me about it. So I don't know if, I don't think this really did a good job. But then you look at the numbers, and for something that seemed to fly under the radar to gross 90,000, like 88,000, but round up to 90, is, I don't want to say miraculous. That's too big of a word. It's pretty cool. It's pretty telling on where VeVe's kind of going here. Something that, again, I've mentioned a couple times in passing. They kind of pushed on socials a little bit, but I didn't see anyone like, yo, this is like Maserati's best car. This is great. I'm minting out. I'm buying all of it. Like, I didn't see any of that hype, and it still made 88,000. So that's just something that I was like, you know what? Good stuff. Good stuff over there. Good stuff. Price of, oh, dude, this is why I got out of New York. Manhattan's $9 entry fee, the price of breathing Midtown air. Starting now, drivers heading below 60th Street will cough up $9 during peak hours because apparently gridlock wasn't punishment enough. Trucks pay $21.60, motorcycles $4.50, and off-peak drivers get a bargain of $2.25. MTA promises the toll will reduce pollution, fix subways, and fund electric buses. Bull dinky. But New Yorkers say it's just another money grab because it is, because New York sucks. Meanwhile, small businesses and working class commuters brace for rising costs, while some New Yorkers are wondering if walking everywhere will be the new trend. $9 to sit in traffic or $31 without Easy Pass. New York City really is a city that never cheapens. That is just ridiculous. All right, WC3 NTE. We got a WC3. We have a post that we have to read from them about State of VeVe Part 2. They go in and they post, hey, everyone. In the fast-moving Web3 environment, I felt it was time, after 4 months, to revisit my recent State of VeVe post. Let me start by reiterating that I am a firm believer in VeVe Official long-term and a level 100 master collector. My goal here is to step back from the often so emotional aspects of this topic and provide a fairly objective overview of VeVe's current state while offering some perspective. Feel free to share your thoughts below. User base and marketing. There hasn't been much change since August of 2024. All right, I swear I'm not going to do this the entire time. People haven't seen the end result. I understand, like, well, in August of 2024 versus now, there's been no marketing. There's no change in that market. I understand. But to say that there hasn't been much change, the right people have been hired. Well, I shouldn't. The position, I can't speak for the people. I've never met them. I met that one dude, Jason, who's building the affiliate marketing program like once. I hope he does a great job. So I can't speak for the people. I could just speak for the positions. The positions in which Ben is hiring for are marketing positions. So things are being done. It's just nobody sees it yet because the work that they're doing hasn't been made public. It hasn't been brought out. So I understand people like, well, are we doing marketing right now? Like, well, no, not publicly. That will happen at some point. Anyway, it's like many OG users are still active, but there haven't been many new entrants leaving VeVe in a relatively closed ecosystem. However, I believe this is about to change. An affiliate program is in the works, which could finally kick off some much needed marketing. While I don't know the details, I hope there's been significant preparation behind the scenes, including onboarding influencers. This program could also benefit small-scale private efforts by incentivizing users to spread the word. Again, I'd love to see sign-up rewards like free gems or collectibles as part of this initiative. Hold on, I gotta. Dale. All right. However, I believe this is about to change. An affiliate program is in the works, which could finally kick off some much needed marketing. While I don't know the details, I hope there's been significant preparation behind the scenes, including onboarding influencers. This program could also benefit smaller scale private efforts by incentivizing users to spread the word. Again, I'd love to see signups like free gems or collectibles as part of this initiative. On another positive note, VeVe seems committed to correcting past mistakes. For example, they're revisiting earlier airdrops that didn't go as planned, which is a pleasant surprise for affected users, even more since nobody was expecting it. Retaining OG users is crucial, and small gestures like additional rewards for early adopters or holders of original sets could go a long way. It's been a while since Batman Blue and Yellow. ... Lastly, I'd like to see an update on the Know Your Business initiative, which aimed to attract institutional interest when the market was hotter. While I doubt it's still on the table at the moment, I am curious. I am curious too, WC3NTE. Communication. Communication has been a key focus lately, and VeVe has made noticeable improvements. I appreciate seeing Ben Rose as co-CEO step up with consistent appearances in streams and interviews. His involvement signals that VeVe is taking communication seriously again. Here are some recent interviews with Ben Rose you might have missed, and he lists a bunch of them. I'm hoping one's mine. In these interviews, Ben addressed key issues such as team changes, rebuilding through transparency, OMI integration, and ramping up marketing efforts. And drops and collectibles. A persistent issue is the discrepancy in mint sizes. Older items, often purchased at significant multipliers of their current floor prices, continue to lose value with every new drop featuring smaller mint size. To address this, VeVe needs a feature that allows users to burn any comic or collectible for specific rewards, helping to control supply. I think the licensor also has a word with that. I don't think that's just like, if it was up to VeVe, I guarantee you they'd have that right away. Why? Because that doesn't affect the amount of units they sold. You could make the argument, well, you know, what if they burn so much that there's not enough on the store anymore? I don't think VeVe would care that there's not too much in the markets that are available on the secondary. It's like, well, you know, VeVe's, will they lose that 2.5%? You know, for everyone, like, well, the ones that are going to sell are going to sell. It's not going to matter that they would or would not be burned. In fact, the more that they would burn, the more likely it is that they go and ramp up drops, because they're no longer diluting the secondary, as people would say. Like, I don't think a new Maserati drop that they just had with the special edition common, you know, 50 editions, I don't think that affects Todd Batman. I don't think any newer drop is going to affect the first Todd. I don't think any newer drop is going to affect the VeVe Gold logo. Secret Rare Spider-Man. I don't think it's going to affect any of that. Maybe Pokemon would, because you might see a bit of a gem squeeze there. Like maybe. But and any other new license, like that's not going to affect the other things that went before it. At least not in any significant way. Hold on here. What you amount of worth? What about K-ish? Yeah, 80. Yeah. Anyway, persistent issue. Sorry, let me go. Oh yeah. So this would not only maintain the value of older items, but also appeal to collectors who enjoy burning mechanics. Again, I'm all for the burn. You have certain ones that you see available over on Marvel, or maybe not yet. You just see the burn, the fire button. But as far as actually burning it, I think that is up to the licensor. I appreciate the inclusion of burning in the evolvables drop system. The current implementation leaves so much to be desired. Special editions are controversial for me. While it rewards buyers who luck out, it devalues the normal edition, which most users end up with. Essentially, it's just another scarce secret rare that at least can't be burnt and isn't necessary for completing the set. Yeah, fair point. I don't know if it necessarily I don't think that devalues the normal edition. I think it's the people that buy something for $40 and immediately sell for $11. I think they're the ones that devalue the normal edition. That the system encourages users to evolve and spend MCP points and gems multiple times, but it lacks clarity and fairness. I would love it if everyone was allowed to evolve as far as they want, ensuring that the users can craft the secret rare if they are willing to invest the required gems. But then you have I get it. That's an extra $50 that people would spend, at least for the evolvables, going up to the secret rare. But then the secret rare is not rare. Then it's just a normal edition with a new pose. The system encourages users to evolve and spend more MCP points and gems multiple times, but lack clarity and fairness. Love it if someone was allowed to follow as large as they want. Just read that. This would arguably decrease secondary market activity and might not be what VeVe wants. However, it would be a lot better for collectors at heart, especially with the crafting experience being frustrating and inconsistent. That is a big one. I'll agree with that. The crafting experience on the app sucks. You can't do it. You have to do it on the app.vv.me, like the web address. Agreed with that. So some users encounter errors like craft expired, while others manage to craft multiple times. If VeVe continues with the race to craft model, it should ensure flawless execution, limit crafting to one person initially, or implement the wait system. I'll say this, it was just the worst timing when they did the app update that was meant for the evolvables. If they didn't do that, the crafting would work just like butter. It would just be as smooth as butter. It'd be great. Unfortunately, that new app update just absolutely destroyed the crafting experience. Now, in 6 months, I don't think that's going to matter because the app would be improved so much. People will forget about this. But obviously now at the time, it kind of sucks because, can't craft with that. Because I miss the days of unannounced airdrops for set holders with snapshot mechanics. These airdrops are a great reward for true set holders. A recent addition of several new comic publishers is a welcome move. While I miss out on these drops, I'm happy to see VeVe expanding its reach and attracting a broader platform, or a broader fandom. VeVeverse. VeVe confirmed public access to the VeVeverse for Q1 2025. While I'm skeptical about meeting expectations, my voice is so gone. While I'm skeptical about meeting expectations after such a long wait, I hope the release will finally deliver what the community has been waiting for. Opening access will be a major milestone, and community feedback could help improve it further. Regardless on the outcome, it is good to finally check the VeVeverse box. Finally, Ecomi. There hasn't been much activity on the Ecomi side, and communication in this regard is still lacking. However, there's been an increase in trading volume over the last few weeks, with prices ranging actively. I believe the ongoing lawsuit has been holding back the token's future development. Now that the trial is concluded, I'm hopeful for a positive verdict so progress can finally resume. Honestly, at this point, I don't think it really matters what the verdict is. As long as they can move past that, fine. Keys to success. To-do list. Increase staking rewards. While MCP is nice, users also want some form of monetary reward. Free collectibles could be an option and shouldn't be too difficult to implement, especially with VeVe's own IP. What they did with the tree was beautiful. They will continue to do stuff like that again. I mean, it's something that cost them very little. They're going to go on and suddenly, like that day, you had like 8,000 wallets active. That like never happens anymore. That'll happen again in the future, but most days you have like maybe 3 or 4,000. There's like random days we'll have like 5, but I have like 8,000 active wallets on one day is like, hey, that is nice. That is reminiscent of a time in the not too distant past. And they could do that really as often as they want. Does make a Go chain OMI make Go chain OMI accessible again? Significant amount of OMI is still on Go chain and cannot currently be sold properly. This issue needs a resolution, and I'd like to know who is overseeing the fix and have at least a rough timeline. In my opinion, this should be top priority if accessibility is a focus. There's been bridges that I maybe this is different for the Go chain bridge, but I've had friends work on other bridges before that are very similar like this. They'd be like, hey, we're close to fixing it. Should be done in like 2 weeks. Great. In the 11th hour, something just happened and the bridge broke and we have no idea why. Delayed for months. So there's no way that Ecomi comes out and gives a timeline on that. Because if it's like the other bridges that I've worked with in similarity, there's no way, because there's no way to tell that it's going to work until you actually test it. And then like, hey, the entire thing collapsed and we have no idea why. So there's no way you're getting a timeline out of that. I have no idea who's in charge. Whoever's out there working at Ecomi, whatever they can do, teleport to 1 million easy, multiple millions, easily. Second biggest bag is Definity. That can outperform OMI. That can outperform OMI. Okay. Transparency around tokens. Display the number of tokens currently held by former team members. Clarify any rumors and burn any tokens that were previously promised for burning. The 5.5 billion, that is still on the docket. I don't know when they do that. That they could. I mean, I guess they could essentially say like, well, we're going to do it at some point, and they just don't do it. And they say like, yeah, we're going to do it, and they do it like they promised this like 2 years ago. I have no idea what that holdup is. Granted, there was a bunch of other stuff that we were supposed to do, but then because of like regulation and stuff like that, they couldn't do it. With this, they should be able to do. I don't see a reason why they can't do that. I am curious what that million gems is going for, because that was supposed to be donated to the OMI the gem liquidity pool. They said, we're not going to do that anymore. Again, for good reason, that could help make us a security, and we don't want that. But what are they doing with those million gems? That was supposed to be for us, and now it's not. Very curious. Anyway, I'd know who's overseeing that fix and at least a rough timeline. Again, I have no idea what the fix is. I don't think it's fair to the team or former team or the team that's there now to like have their wallet doxxed and be like, yeah, this is like, I don't think that's fair at all. I would not. And again, I would love to know, but I just don't think that's fair to them. Stacker World continues to develop new features in collaboration with VeVe. I love seeing Stacker integrated into the VeVe app, as it makes the purchasing process for collectibles using OMI much smoother. While existing bugs are being fixed and usability is improving, Stacker is also working on exciting new features such as token-gated communities, smart with AI integration, fiat on-ramp, and collection offers. More details, blah, blah, blah. New features and incentives. We also know that IP will be available on the Stacker, that new IP will be on Stacker, though this is likely being handled by VeVe. I'm eagerly awaiting a marvelous announcement. Personally, I'd like VeVe to incentivize users to adopt Stacker. I would like that as well. If all the users pushing for OMI burns had already signed up for Stacker, we would have burned a significantly larger amount of OMI by now. Preach. Stacker offers plenty of value already. If you haven't signed up yet, I highly encourage you to do so. So far, I haven't heard of any issues involving lost funds or collectibles, and I bet this will remain the case. I'm genuinely curious about what's holding people back from using it at this point. Honestly, I think it's just because people don't want to spend their OMI. I get it. and maybe I'm a little biased here because I'm like Mr. OMI. There are many things that are on the Stacker app that you can get at like a 20 or 30% discount from the floor on VeVe. And I'm not taking advantage because anything that I can get, let's say it does like a 20x, whatever, OMI's likely going to outperform. So that's why I haven't used it. Oh no, that's a lie. I've used it for selling. I have like I haven't dude, I don't know. I have like maybe like $30 worth of OMI on there. I do not have a lot. I wish I had more. I really have, and I'll get some at some point. I don't know when. I don't know when the Stacker app fully rolls out. A lot of people are. I mean, we know it's Q1. A lot of people are speculating March because we never get anything early. So I'll say February though. I won't give them to March. I'll say like, hey, they'll build out, make sure everything's good, get rid of any bugs the rest of this month, and I say early February we get it. So Stacker also provides arbitrage opportunity. For instance, the floor price for a Todd is $394 on Stacker, but $450 in the app. Buying on Stacker is cheaper, while selling there incurs quicker cash outs. Additionally, OMI is burned in the process, making it a win-win for everyone involved. Now the new app, oh, this is going to be horrible. The release of the new VeVe app created a lot of buzz, but the feedback has been overwhelmingly negative, at least based on what I've seen on my timeline. Same. Personally, I prefer the layout of the old app, which ran much more smoothly in every aspect. I will say this though, I'm used to it now, and like I use it. I use the VeVe app now almost as much as when I used it beforehand. There was a good like week or so where I was just like, I can't do. I'll wait for them to update it and then I'll use it again. And then they did. It's been like what, not even 2 months since the app update came out, and they've had like 6 updates. So they did, and I use it pretty much the same now as much as I did beforehand. They still have a couple kinks to work out, but I got used to it. It's fine. Says, to me, this feels like a missed opportunity. It's unclear why there didn't seem to be thorough testing or more community feedback to determine which features were most important or what needed fixing before the release. I got to tell you guys, they are never going to make that mistake again. Like, I feel like I've brought up this this reference before with Lawrence Fishburne in The Matrix. He's just like, now nobody sneaks up on me. Like, nobody will ever sneak up on me again. Like, they are never going to do something like this again without user feedback. Like, I'm telling you, there's no way in heck that they are doing that. It's unclear why they didn't say blah blah blah. I've noticed that I now spend about 90% less time on the app, opting to use the web app whenever possible. Less time spent ultimately means less money spent, so I hope VeVe has taken this feedback to heart. I'm sure they have. I'm surprised that he still spends 90% less time on the app. I spend maybe about 10% less time on the app, so I still spend like 90% of the time on the app as I did beforehand. But he said 90% less, that's a lot. Because on a positive note, they have made some fairly quick adjustment, which shows that VeVe is listening to the community and actively working to address concerns. That said, I'm sure there was a strategic reason behind the app's redesign and release. Hopefully the changes will prove to be worthwhile in the long run. Perhaps they're necessary for scaling or future features. Time will tell. Live events. How long is this freaking thing? All right, we're at like 53 minutes. I'm so sorry. I'll get to comments in a bit. However, speaking of which now, if you don't have time for me to wait, because I'm like an hour-ish behind on comments here. First off, smash that like button. Second off, just a quick super chat, and then I will. You don't have to wait. I'll just go on and answer your stuff right away, and then after I answer, I'll go right back to my blurb. Anyway, fudge nuggets. Hang on, clicked on the wrong thing because so many people are messaging me. Ugh. Okay, where were we? Live event. I was fortunate enough to attend New York Comic Con 2024 again, and I was truly impressed by how the VeVe booth has evolved since its first appearance. Having their own booth, separate from Marvel, was definitely a beneficial move. Right after opening, there was a huge line with significant interest in both the exclusive covers and the fidget. I especially enjoyed seeing how the VeVe Fig Pin partnership turned out. I would say so as well. Buy all of your new Fig Pins on figpin.com and then redeem them on the app. Ooh. Fig Pin has a high demand, which makes these fidgetals particularly interesting and scarce. Many of the pins likely won't ever be opened or redeemed. VeVe has also made great strides in hosting the party. Compared to last year, there was a noticeable improvement, and I had an absolute blast again this time. Oh, good times. That was a lot of fun. God, these are good times. Great times. Additionally, there was a gold and silver logo party and a Ecomi meetup, both organized by Mr. MC1, which were amazing as well. Thank you. Shout out to Matt Lambie that spilled the tray of drinks down at the gold logo party. Golf clap. All in all, these events showcase the incredible strength and energy of the VeVe community. I wholeheartedly recommend that anyone involved with VeVe attend a live event at least once. It's an experience you don't want to miss. And if you haven't had the chance yet, check out the video by Vibesman. He made a great one. There's not too many more of these. Where was I? Fishness and Fishes. Big thank you to Brock and Breadcat for Fishness experience. Although I didn't end up victorious, I thoroughly enjoyed the event. Fishes, in my opinion, are a perfect example of bridging Web 3 and Web 2. Absolutely love how it has been executed. It all started with promo codes of the real NFT Fishes, which could then be redeemed in the VeVe app for a digital collectible fiche. Since then, there have been several well-executed airdrops, unannounced, with snapshots, along with opportunity to provide feedback to Brock, feedback that is most likely considered and acted upon. In Brock, we trust. While some people complained about the fairness of Fishness, I personally had a great time and ended up with a ton of free collectibles. Seriously, why complain? All of the secret rares, all of them are secret rares. While I'm not a fan of how inflationary secret rares have become, I'll take a freebie anytime. On that note, Brock is essentially a one-man army. When you consider what value he has brought to VeVe, to the VeVe community alone, imagine what an entire company could achieve if they push for a VeVe collab. Secret rares and MCP bonuses. Speaking of secret rares, did you know that stacking cheap secret rares can give you massive MCP point bonus? Unlike comics where bonuses diminish for duplicates, the secret rare bonus for collectibles doesn't decrease when holding multiples. The wording in the MCP article is clear on this point. Conclusion. Oh, thank God. Okay. Overall, I'm happy with what I've seen from VeVe recently. However, Q1 of 2025 is crucial, delivering on major promises made years ago, such as VeVeverse and launching a proper marketing campaign. I cannot agree with him more. Would tick many boxes. A well-executed affiliate program in particular could be a powerful tool. My throat is destroyed here. I'm so sorry, guys. The community remains the backbone of VeVe, and while many members would describe it as open and welcoming, I have some thoughts on the matter. There's no value in digging up old tweets from people who made comments about VeVe, like Paul Barron TV. Yes, there is. Yes, there is. This achieves nothing productive and mirrors what fudders do with old tweets from VeVe, Ecomi, or community influencers who shared price targets in the past. Why stoop to the same level? Because I'm not going to like bend the knee and plead fealty to the fucking king. I'm going to defend my investment. I'm like, if somebody goes in, like, if you want to go and say like, I don't like these VeVe NFTs because there's too many of them, or I don't like this because I don't like the artwork. Fine. Criticism is fine. But if you go and say that VeVe is trash and should be, and they're not like real Web3 and they're not needed for onboarding and they are graded lower than the likes of these three other companies that are all dead now, people deserve to know that whoever made that statement is a fucking moron. So like, I will never not, it's like whenever the, like a mass shooting happens, and then obviously thoughts and prayers to everyone involved and the families and whatever, and then you have like the super anti-gun people that like, this is why we need to take guns from people, this is why we need a national gun ban. I'm going to go on every single time and say like, no, that is the most ridiculous thing you could ask for. Criminals are not going to pay attention to the new laws, and you want those guns in case, God forbid, a tyrannical government ever takes over. Like, I will never not defend things that I'm passionate about. One, because they're right, and two, because like I did not go on and fight for this country to have a First Amendment to not freaking use it. Anywho, move on with this. So in my opinion, VeVe's Web 2.5 approach is the key to long-term success and sustainability. VeVe doesn't need to fully integrate to Web 3. Fishness is a great example of what's possible. It bridges Web 2 and Web 3 while remaining user-friendly and secure for normies looking to explore the digital space. Agreed 100%. Imagine if KYC wasn't a requirement in the future. Combined with OMI to NFT functionality, this could tap into the crypto liquidity and make the platform even more accessible. I agree, but if you want to remain compliant with a bunch of these laws, you have to have the KYC. Anyone that doesn't is gonna regret that. They'll go under. The ongoing controversy about whether VeVe collectibles are true NFTs doesn't concern me much. I'm not highly technical, and it doesn't personally matter to me. The real question revolves around self-custody, which is quite important to some users, although I am not certain that those users are still active on VeVe or just keeping up. New users won't focus on stuff that has been said years back, and now all the information is out there, so anyone joining by now should definitely not expect a fully self-custodial Web3 experience. For me, it's essential that blockchain technology remains a core part of VeVe, as it is now to track the minting and transfers. This was an incredible, fantastic feed. I'm so thankful that he did that. I've been going on for about an hour. Let me finish up these last couple of things. All right, so, and then I'll get to the comments, I promise. Just a lot of people are focusing on the negative of this, but I want to focus on the positive. There was a bill that said, like, hey, can we deport all of the illegals that have been convicted of grape and FA? And the positives of this is that there were 215 people in one party that voted yes, we should get rid of these people, and then 51 people in the other party. So you have both parties coming on and shaking hands saying, like, yes, we should get rid of these bad people. Now, there are many people that are saying, well, what about the 158 people in this one party that said no? Yes, by all means, vote those people out, fight them together, vote all of them out. But I want to focus on this inter-party cooperation between Republicans and Democrats, that they both agreed, yes, these people should be deported. These people get the heck out of here. I mean, I think they should be shot, but you know what? That's not my call. A lot of people are focusing on the 158 people that said no, keep these people in. And again, sure, vote them out. Those people are despicable, but I just want to acknowledge that people are coming together, like, come together, and they are, and they're voting to, like, fight evil in this country. So I want to focus on that. The negative people, the people can focus on the other 158 that said nay, to keep those people in. Again, those people are insane. But I just wanted to go in and bring that. When it matters, most of the people can agree to fight evil, and I just wanted to post that. Yeah, VeVe New B saying, I admit the Marvel Mighties was a spectacular play for me. I don't even like most of them. Now that Mr. Ben Rose has confirmed there'll be no new utility for existing VeVe official collectibles, I think I'm going to liquidate most of my Mighties. How about you? Kaki Gaijin says, technically, every VeVe NFT can be gamified in the VeVeverse. I literally made a huge chessboard in the VeVeverse beta. If you have enough pieces, you can make them into chess pieces. I agree with that. But also, I would like to add that even if there's no utility plan for anything right now, doesn't mean that there won't be in the future. And even if VeVe has no utility plan for any of these, there's nothing to stop a third-party company from going in and saying, hey, we're going to make this game and we're going to use these pieces. Or if you have these pieces, you're going to get these skins. So I'm just going to throw that out there. Kaki Gaijin says, I also made a massive maze in the VeVeverse. I placed NFTs inside it with role-playing cards alongside them with points. Whoever gets to the goal with the most points wins. Very simple, gems can be made. That's really awesome. User-generated content. Yeah, that's great. Kaki Gaijin, claps to you. Yeah, all right, so I completely, there's so much other stuff that I have to do, like, I should do this. Okay, one more thing about the affiliate marketing program, because it's in the freaking title. Mr. MC1 says, VeVe recently hired a seasoned and talented affiliates leader. Although A thoughtful and structured affiliate program that drives high engagement from a range of affiliates may be around the corner. Probably a great time for every serious content creator in the space, professional, probably with millions of subs, or niche starter with a few thousand subs, to get organized. Now, the things to do: you pull and analyze your stats and growth over time. Know and segment your audience. You pick your top content and create summary/clips of the content and performance. What structured shows have you done consistently and has been well received? You initiate new structured and consistent shows that are highly innovative and differentiated. Take the production and editing up to the next level. Specifically articulate why and how you can drive growth with specific target audiences, mass, whales, IP, etc. And if you have gone to the dark side for a short time or a long time, he says don't sweat it. Get your act together. Almost everything gets forgiven, and look ahead. VeVe might be much nicer than I am. If I were in charge, I'd be like, no, you're not freaking getting this. Because like that's when people show their true colors. And like, what, they're going to be fine? Is VeVe going to go and say to this like person that shit on OMI and VeVe for like 2 or 3 years, you're like, yeah, you might have like called us the worst things in humanity over the past few years, but now that you're on our side, it's all good. I hope they don't do that. It's like, well, Chavez, this person might have like 50,000 subscribers. Like, I don't care. They're doing it for the paycheck. And what's to stop them from going and taking that paycheck, putting it into other stuff, and then shitting on VeVe once again in the next bear market? That's like going on saying like, hey, in success, or in success we know in success our friends know us, and in hardship we know our friends. I would not take that gamble. I like, if you have somebody that's your friend while you're successful, but when you need somebody, they're nowhere to be around, that person is not a friend. If they go on and they say like, hey, yeah, this person, they might have shit on us for a couple of years, but they're speaking for us now, so let's give them money. Let's give them a benefits package. I would say no. Now, again, that's just a respect thing for me. VeVe, and I'm not as nice as VeVe. VeVe is probably a bit nicer than I am, but we'll see. This is Mr. MC1 is coming from the mindset of just like, well, we're jiving together, we can all make money together, and I understand 100% where he's coming from. I just, oh God, I can't. I would never. But again, if it's for the greater good, and if it brings a bunch of people to VeVe and OMI, I understand why they would do that. And even as he says, Mr. MC1 says, I've been around the block and the walls of these halls talk to me. This is the time for content creators to really step it up and be ready. VeVe Official is likely to be the biggest and most successful in the space with the most IP, the best IP, the most users, the most innovation, and the place for collectors at heart. So yeah, I agree. All right, anyway, I know I've been going for over an hour here. I'll get to news down. You ruined me, Brown Man. It'll pump like crazy one day. Anyway, Booth, let's get into the comments here. Is saying first, what up, Booth? Thank you all for smashing the like button. I appreciate it. Booth is second. Booth is a bird. Booth, you can't do that. You can't be number 1, 2, and 3. You could be the first one, I guess. I don't know. Damn, you took the entire podium. Mass Murder says, what, Booth? That's not fair. Yeah, he really, woo, yeah. Oh lordy. Mo Collection says, yo, what up, Mo? What up, Mo? Gangsta. Alex M says, Debie is going to fly in 2025. Fly. Oh, hey, remember how like an hour ago when I was doing this, the entire crypto market was down? Well, now it's up. Bitcoin up 1%, Ethereum up 1%, XRP up 2%, Solana up like 0.2, BNB up 0.5%. Wasn't it down like 0.5%, 2.5% before? It's up 0.5% now. Cardano up 4%. Bitcoin at 99,000 right now. So things do be looking up. China's waking up. China do be waking up. Debie at $1.13. Good times. OMI still down 2.5%. Pasternak 88 says Thrive. Yeah, I can't wait for Debie to go freaking insane. Super Saiyan. It is gonna go insane. I can't wait. If you have not noticed, I have shaved a bit of my face. I trimmed the beard. I got rid of all the white squigglies in there, because I did not like white in my beard. Okay, there's a little white in there still. VeVe Wheel says, let's go. Hi there, hey. Says the way Ben hashtag the team shut down expectations on interoperability. Under promise, over deliver. So if they say there's never going to be any, which I don't think they ever said there's never going to be any. I think you do get some type of interoperability at some point. I don't think you're going to get anything anytime soon, which again, pretty much what he said. But like I said, like WC3NTE said, it's not really going to matter. Rick says, Randy, what can you actually do with DEVVE and Definity token? Slightly have the feeling we all get pitched real good, but in crypto, anything is possible. Well, like VeVe Wheel says, one, we got hype. So Definity, I'll go with that first because I know it the best. You have access to the anomaly detector. And again, I'm going to talk in the way of all types of utility, not just what normies can do. The anomaly detector, although you would need, for any anomaly detector, I think Bloomberg has one, and they charge like $15,000 a month for it. So you can use your Definity to, they charge, I think Definity uses the same thing. They charge like $15K for their anomaly detector, but you can get a discount if you use Definity, or if you hold a certain amount of Definity, you can get access to that. I hold the necessary amount, but they haven't given me access to it yet. I'm very salty about it. Also, when can I get logins for the anomaly detector? Like I hold enough. Anywho, so you can get it for that. You'll also be able to have discounts on their crypto gaming repo, where if you have any form of like Bitcoin and you want to have the casino custody that while they give you chips, and you hold that as collateral and use that for gaming chips, you could do that. And you get a discount on that. So there's discounts for a lot. And then you can do staking as well. I think the next staking opens at like 10 cents though. As soon as it reached 6 cents, everyone immediately did the farming, whatever it was called. For DEVVE, I don't know if that actually has any utility. I know they're using their token, they're using their sharding, or there's different people that are going to be using their blockchain. Ooh, nice. We got a nice little pump up for DEVVE there. I don't think people can go in and, oh, what? I can't. Yeah, so stupid. I think for Telegram, the Telegram. I asked for like an OTC in the Telegram once, and they blocked me. Like, so I haven't been able to get anyone to like unblock me there. So I have no idea what's going on in Telegram. Like they follow me on Twitter, so like we're friends, but I just haven't been able to be in their Telegram for like months. But there's nothing for us in DEVVE that we could really use the tokens for. At least not that I'm aware of. There might be other things that different like institutions might be able to use it for, but I don't think we can actually use it for anything. Passion says, how many Wolverine 75 comics have been bought in the store? Thanks. I don't know if that's in the app or if I have to go on Stacker to take a look at it. That might be something on VeVe Comics, because if I type in 75, there's nothing comes up. Even if I just type in Wolverine and there's a shoot. No, I didn't want that. Oh my God, I have such fat fingers. I need to not eat for like 6 days. All right. So if I just type in Wolverine and I just put in comics, so many comics, I don't see anyone that say number 75. Because I feel like that's a very interesting number, and I feel like I would remember that. Oh no, okay. So in the store there is 3,690. I repeat, there are 3,690 of those Wolverine number 75s in the store. Callum UK says, hey Randy, meow meow meow. How's it going? Justifies government cuts. Fed Department removals and tariffs will be interesting. I agree. I think they will. $70 for that Wolverine secret rare. Not bad. Not bad. Eh. Okay. Yeah, I can't wait for the rate cuts. Fed Department of Government Efficiency is just, we need them. Transactions per second for DEVVE is 8 million TPS. 8 million is just bananas. I'm sorry I'm getting to it like an hour 5 after I just had so much news to go over. And I still wasn't even done. I could still do like another 30 minutes on the rest of the news, but I won't. I will save that for tomorrow. Either has way, they shut down interoperability, utility, so casually made me feel like a 2021 dinosaur. I hope these new community members, as gullible as we were, at least till we break even. There's nothing to do with anyone being gullible. Interoperability, new people aren't going to care about. Most people don't. Like, you have the very loud minority of people that clearly do. You have the loud minority of people that say, like, listen, call it what you want on the blockchain. They're not real NFTs unless I can self-custody. And you have those loud minority that will say that for a long time. Some maybe forever. But the newer people are not going to care. It's not going to matter. You know, and R says, will you do 10K in OMI or Debie? If I had 10K right now, well, I mean, so after I get 200 million OMI, which I'll have before the end of the week, before the end of this next week coming up, if I get another 10K, it depends what the price is. I'd probably split, 5K in each. And then after I do that split, that's it. I'll do that split and then just wait. There'll be arbitrage at some point. I think Debie does run Debie is starting to run now. Like I said, it looks like it's a clear shot to 140 and then $2. Not everything happens in like a day, but we went back down to $1.07, which is earlier today. We were at like $1.06, so that's fine. Keep going up. Let's look at the last 7 days. Just look at like the last couple of months and just going nuts. Speaking 7 hey Randy, I support diversification. I'm curious as to what moment led you to pivot from being all in on OMI, DCAing throughout under the conviction. It will certainly be the biggest gainer. No, from the bottom, Debie's likely to be the biggest gainer. Debie's already done like a 9x. Like 9x, 8 to 9x. Hold on, I gotta figure this out. Yeah, it's done about a 9x. I would say it could, even from where it is right now, Debie can still outperform OMI. Will it? We don't know. And I also think Definity outperforms OMI as well. But the odds of, like, as far as safety in my measurements, currently I would say OMI's like the safest. Because even though Debie has some of these partnerships inked, and they're probably like legit, they're ready to go, until they announce it and until whatever they do with the partnerships, they're working with them, until that happens, it could still not. But it's like, we have these partnerships, but we're actively utilizing them. We're actively selling Marvel and Disney digital collectibles. That's not going to change anytime soon. Marvel loves us. So I would say that for Debie, it's likely to be I'd say that middle ground where it's almost, I wouldn't say it's as safe as OMI just yet. When the partnerships come out, I will say yes. OMI's actually on more exchanges than Debie, but I think Debie will be on more exchanges sooner because they're layer one. The speed is incredible. OMI's not its own chain. I would say that Debie still outperforms here and Definity, but again, I think OMI is currently the safest. When I started pivoting, I'd say we're in January 2025. In 2024, I was like full pivot. Like 2 years ago, I had like 130 million OMI. So what did I buy? Like 40 million OMI per year. Where like the first year I bought like 120 million OMI, and that was at like the first, and that was when OMI was up here. So I would say over this past in 2024, I was in like full pivot, where I didn't purchase much. I did not purchase much at all. So I'd say 2024, and I did it because not every, I mean, one, I found other things that can outperform, like Debie and Definity. And because not everything runs at the same time, like I never really got into flow up until I did this consulting gig. Getting into flow was real. Again, I personally, I don't really have any. It's just in the consultant, is because it's that'll do like a 30x, give or take. But any other good thing that I find, most of them are not going to have the same. They're not going to have the same ROI as OMI. Like maybe Illuvium, because that was like $2,000. Now it's like $40. But I really focus on stuff that can really get me a good amount. So Definity, Debie, and OMI are my big ones. Mogulin says my AI coins are going insane. Yeah, again, that AIOZ did like 30% today, or oh no, that's a lie. It's done like 30% the last 7 days. And it had done, what were we at here? Won't let me. In 2020, October of 2023, it was like 1 cent, and now it's $1. So in like 15 months, it did over 100x. A bunch of AI. So please don't fade AI the cycle. VeVe retail will see AI and crypto and move in just like Nvidia or Nvidia. I agree, but again, as I said before, and I read that text that I sent to my friend, I don't even know if AIOZ justifies its current valuation on where it is right now, because I don't know how many people like use the product and pay for it. But I know that people won't care. People will come in and be like, "Your AI? Oh my God, they're AI. They're revolutionizing this." They'll get excited about something that they'll never use, and the pumpamentals will just make it go crazy. And the pumpamentals will go in, and again, that could do a 10x from here, and it's already number 112. It's already a 1 point something billion market cap. Great, good things to come. 3P Garage says, Railroad and Chavez got our bet. We'll just shave your goatee if only didn't lie. Yeah, I was say. That's great. I did shave it. I mean, I still got the little goatee there, but yeah, I did shave a lot of everything else. 50K you lost in bets, could have bought you over 35 million only. I know. It's rough. I feel like you could have bought more, right? 400. Let's say 400 buys a million, so 4,000 buys 10 million. So 8. So yeah, 4,000 buys 10 million. So times 4. Yeah, you're right. 35 million. No survivor. Okay, sir. You got the apostrophe RE supposed to be printed there, but I'll allow it because it's funny. What's up, Mr. MC1? How's it going, fam? Hope you're doing well. Carl R says, we're cooked. Been cooked for years. We're fools. Hey there, hey Randy. Have you spoken to Doctor of Stuff? Have you spoken since the Cavell, but most importantly, the Ben Rose AMA? Show this feeling we might be seeing less of him. Super level headed guy. I hope I'm wrong. Why would we see less of Doctor of Stuff? Like there's any reason that we might see less of Doctor of Stuff would have nothing to do with anything with VeVe. Some people have personal stuff going on, some people have whatever, but no, there's no reason for that. Web3, I love that freaking photo, man. It says to the moon. Mint Hunters interoperability. Meow. The guy says, picked up 4 Maseratis this drop. Fastest road won at 205. Ooh, 2 rares and 3 commons. Oh no, I'm sorry, 1 ultra rare and 3 commons. My man. Pink Panthers is Debie to the moon. Yo, I love it when my stuff goes nuts. I love this game. It's a good game. It's a good game to have. It's a good game to be in. It's a good game. A lot of volume there. Yeah, 683 in Uniswap, 571 in MEXC. Got a nice $1.5 million hair volume in the Debie. $1.16. Yo, girl. Look at that, Debie. Mo Collections, give me those claps. Cardinal Goat Slayer says, "Why that?" Chatty Cat. Remember those old Budweiser commercials? I'd be like, "Why that?" That was so. Oh god, that was so random. Can we find one of those? You're gonna demonetize me for it. Budweiser, what was up commercial? Wow, I did not know how to spell Budweiser. Yeah. Why that? That was so stupid. But me and my friends would literally do that like all the time, like from the commercials. You're like, what that? It must have sounded like why aliens don't talk to us. Like it was, I don't know, we were like 13, maybe younger. So this was one of those things where they didn't do it because it got big in real life. They just did it randomly on the commercial, and then because like back in the day, this was probably even this might have even been like 2000. I don't know when did these commercials come out. Let's look at this. When did the Budweiser was up commercial first air? Damn, that was in 99. Damn, I was 8. No, December 20th, so I was 9. I was 9 years old when that came out. So I guess from like, and the campaign ran until 2002. We really were out there, 9 and 10 years old. Be like, why not? Yeah, like so back in the day, it's like it's so cringy. Like, agree, but like we didn't have computers. Like if we did, like there was no like there was no YouTube. I don't even know if Google. I'm pretty sure Google is a thing at this point. But like in like the mid '90s, there's no Google. Like there's like Ask Jeeves, and then Google became ubiquitous. When did Google? When did people start using Google? Well, I typed in when did people start, and then like brushing their teeth came. So yeah, like Google officially launched September 4th of 1998. Google was 1 month and like 90 something days old at that point. It was, I'm sorry, 1 month and like 100 days. I'm sorry, 1 year and 100 days old. It was not 1 year and 4 months yet. So the internet was like still in its infancy. There wasn't much that you could do. I feel so old now. Um, I don't know why I got on that. Yeah, what's up, everybody? Maddie's interoperability. You think IP artists should get a cut of secondary sales wherever they go forever? Yes. I mean that's what it's like in norm. Now, granted, you want to progress, not regress, but like why this whole NFT thing started, and it was great for people that were in that were artists, is because artists kind of got the short end of the stick. They got one thing that they got their first sale of the art. Cool. Maybe they sell a piece of art for $100. But then someone's like, that is wicked. I'd buy it for 400. An artist would never get that. Most times artists never really got famous till after they died. And when NFTs came out, it was like, okay, well now these artists can get paid every single time they sell, every single time they sell. So yes, it was artists embraced it because of that reason. They could get paid like what the painting continued to sell for, and I think they rightfully should. So yeah, IP and artists should definitely get a cut of the secondary sales wherever they go. I hope they do that, because that, like, if you don't have that, well, what's the point of selling on VeVe? Like that's the thing. Like sell on VeVe, get into that audience, and then that's a big reason why a bunch of these artists and a bunch of like I don't know if Marvel would have ever considered that idea, but it's like you sell something once, but then you get paid on it forever every time it sells. That's probably a big reason why Marvel and Disney are here in the first place. You definitely want to keep that. Just so you know, you're not alone. My house went into OMI and VeVe. I was the guy who would pay 6,000 on a Pride. Whew. And my 100 mil average is 003. Unfortunately, unlike Asian Dan, I didn't have a wife to tell me no. Well, here's the thing. I don't know about the Pride, but the 100 million averaged at 003 is likely going to be one of the best investments that you could have ever made. And if you were to have a wife that would say no, you would have resented her for listening to her and be like, babe, I would have been a millionaire. Because if you have 100 million, it's a pretty decent chance that we're going to be a millionaire, especially when it goes like, oh, what do you need? 1 penny? 1 penny and you're a millionaire? You know? Cardinal Goat Slayer says the congressional vote that somehow those people should stay here should have had their congressional statuses revoked immediately as they are deciding to knowingly jeopardize the local native populace. Agreed 100%. Anyone, regardless of which party they were in, that voted to keep those monsters, evil people here in the country should, yeah, immediately be deported with them. Oh, Millie says, happy Sunday, everyone. Happy Sunday, oh, Millie. Glad to see you here. Was going to hop in your spaces yesterday. I know you're busy. What was your spaces titled yesterday? Oh, Millie. Where's the Leo Millie tease? It was not about OMI. It was, well, you did one today called the Red Carpet Reset. And then you did one yesterday, right? Am I tripping? You had one called, yeah, it's a Leo coin STX, $sign Leo. And I was like, okay, it's not really a VeVe thing. I don't really know what Leo is. I didn't want to intrude. So I didn't, but however, I am happy that you still out there doing your thing. Thank you for the super chat. Now, where was I? Oh God, where was I? Yeah, that agreed in Cardinal Ghost Slayer. Those people should have been deported with them. Ooh, the cat. Oh yeah. Oh girl. Oh, all right. So DB Crypto will be posting maybe soon. Decatmovie.com. I gotta always love shilling my Decat. So that first comic, I wanted to keep it around 20, 21 pages. But that comic is actually going to be like 25 or 26 pages. So yeah, it's going to be a bit more expensive than I thought to make it, but just great writing knows no bounds. Anyway, this is the cat movie. If you see in here, am I even in this freaking thing? I think that is me right there next to the blue boob lady. I think that is me, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, I'm pretty excited for it. And I have like no say in what goes on in the movie. I have no say in what goes on in the game. It's just they made a character out of me. It was awesome. The cat token, I'm going to go and give them a couple hearts there. But the comic that's going to come out, that'll be on VeVe Comics via that curator program. Going to be pretty cool. That one I have like 100% creative control. And this is going to be the test. So I have a bunch of crazy stories from back when I was younger. They had done incredibly well on Facebook. Everyone kept telling me I should. So I know I have stories, and I know the writing is strong. Is it going to connect or not? Are people going to like it? I think they will. I know there'll be guaranteed sales because everyone's like, oh, first appearance, Randy Chavez writing on these things on comics. But it's we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Spaces with Paul Barron is. Oh, is that? Wait, I thought it was a Leo token. Hold on, what is this? Bet is a top mover on Coinbase, up $6 or 6% in the last. Blah blah blah. Okay. Was I maybe did you do 2 spaces yesterday? I'm sure you did, but That was the Sunday chill. Maybe you did one before then. Unless it just went into, okay, yeah, that's why you have to be careful in web space. Let's read O'Malley's tweet on this. That's why you got to be careful in this space. Paul was so bullish on Quid and other VeVe killers simply because he was paid. Oh, girl, I'm glad you caught that. It was never about collecting or enjoying the growth of this new medium for him. These guys will shill you things for a paycheck, and with ego, can't even admit when they're clearly wrong. Agreed. He hates VeVe because he overpaid for Walt. VeVe didn't give him a paid contract to cover him. Yeah, you don't want someone like Paul trying to cover you. So yeah, good call, Millie. Good call. Yeah. Where was I here? Oh, Bitcoin is flying, breaking resistance. Is it? I know it was up to 99 before. Let's see, what is that? The 98.8, still fine. I'll take it. Dog Boy says, Debie for the win. No. Oh yeah, Debie. Oh, can't wait. That looks like it's gonna be, again, doesn't seem like there's too much resistance up to 140 and then straight shot up to $2, but I honestly think, now granted, I was saying 100x from where it was yesterday, and yesterday I was at like 95 cents. So go from like $100 to $116. Go from like $96 to $116 per Debie. That's a big thing, but I'll still say, when I get a little bit more extra money later this month, unless Debie's like $10 by that point, which it very well could be, it'll go into Debie if it stays down here. I don't know though. This might go nuts. I mean, I'll still buy at $2 if I know it's going to go to like 90. It's not going to matter to me. But if it's at like 10 and OMI's still down here, I won't just not put new money into Debie. I would actively sell a little bit at that point as well, just a little bit. Joe Jones says, if VeVe doesn't gamify some of those NFTs, it is a huge missed opportunity. Yeah. DJ Fong Kong says, 5-year loses. Just talk about time, and that's huge. Stop giving advice. I don't give advice. Also, 5 years ago, I was not making YouTube videos. Alex M says, what happened to your cousin, Tammy and Justin? Been a while, good times. Well, my cousin is Steph, who's in the community a lot. She does spaces with VeVe Magic all the time. Justin is very busy. He is planning a wedding. He is engaged now. I might live stream from his wedding. I don't know. So he's been a little busy, and Steph is very active in the community doing spaces with VeVe Magic all the time. And Tammy just streamed to me like last week. She streamed to me like 5 days. What day is it? She streamed with me 5 days ago on New Year's Eve. So she's definitely around. Yeah. Garden says, Bud Wiener used to have the best. Even the real men of genius was incredible. Yeah, Budweiser was awesome. I did like the Guinness guys too. The ones like, oh, Guinness, brilliant. Those guys are fun. I like those guys. I remember one Super Bowl commercial, probably like 2001 or something. It's this like dog that's running in a field, and I'm like, puppy. And then this like alien mothership comes up, and like the dog is teleported. I was like, if you hurt the dog, I'm gonna punch the TV. And then the dog like unzips its costume, and it's like really an alien. And I was like, whoa, this took a turn. And then the head king alien is just like, what have you learned on Earth, young one? And the alien's like, what? And I was like, oh my God, no, they did. That was awesome. That was great. Just again, in like 2000, 2001, your little like 10-year-old mind is just like, this is amazing. Yeah. Why is it? Yeah, no. I saw the VeVeverse in 2021, 2022. When they showed the 2024 VeVeverse, I was speechless considering Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, massive open world AAA game. It's made in the same time. I hope it hits, but damn, yeah, dude, I hope it hits too. Ain't nobody else hoping harder than me. They did that one, was bonsai? They did that one, was bonsai? What is bonsai? Like the tree? The plant? I imagine the Karate Kid merging with What's Up commercial. Did they? Oh, okay. The bonsai tree. Yeah, I don't. If they did, I don't remember it. I mean, it was huge, so maybe, who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? She knows. She knows. Mass Murders is laughing. It just says, doesn't the dude own half of the VeVe tokens? No. Nobody owns half. There are a couple people that own like 10% of the tokens, but nobody owns half. So, thank you for the super chat saying happy Sunday. It's the Palm Parents Jim Cramer of Web3. It's hysterical. BB Zombie says, yo, what up, Zombie? Zombie, hey, 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 oh, oh. Oh, yeah, talking about Quid and Paul. It's amazing. I bet that space was incredible. Get those likes up, peeps. Smash it up. Smash it up. What was that, Rocky 5? Keep it up. I'm not going to lie. Rocky 5 gets like a lot of hate. And okay, fair point. But I still like it. Well, when I was young, I mean, now I don't really have time, but if I was younger and it was on, yeah, I'd watch it. So I don't understand. So there's like people back in the day, there was like Toy Story 3 had just the best ending. It was a perfect ending. Why are they ruining it with another movie? And then Toy Story 4 came out, and if you make like hundreds of millions of dollars, they're going to keep making more. But two, they were just like, they were saying like, oh, but it's the perfect ending. Why'd they ruin that? It's like, well, a lot of people's like special day or their best day was like their wedding. And it's like, do you not want to continue living on life because, oh, the wedding was the perfect day. It was the best ending to this relationship. Like, no, you want to see what happens. It's like saying like, yeah, you and your friends had this most wicked party ever. It was the best party. It was, let's say it was at, let's think New York, let's think Long Island, Ohika Castle. That is a great place to have a party. That's probably the best place in Long Island to have a party. And it's like, it was a great party. Why would you want to, ruin that and sully that memory with new stuff? Like, because I like seeing my friends. I like going off and hanging out with them. I don't have to have parties all the time. Like, I just want newer content with my favorite characters. I want new content with Woody. I want new content with Buzz. They brought Bro Peep back. I want to see what happens with Jesse and the rest of these guys. So like, I like those things with Ham and Slinky the dog and who's the T-Rex? I forget his name. Rex. I wanted to see what happened with them. So then they did, Toy Story 4, and they're like, okay, all right, that's fine. And then when they announced Toy Story 5, they're like, no, they're ruining it. It's like, do you just want these characters to die forever? No, you want new content. I don't know where I got when I was talking, what we were talking about. I forget why. Anyway, Omar says, good evening. What up, Omar? Gabriel Jones, how much Debie have you got? A decent amount. Honestly, not a lot, but a decent amount, but not a lot. Enough. Like, am I Chris Tucker in Money Talks, where he gives Charlie Sheen his like wedding ring, and then he goes, Franklin, how many did you take? And then he goes on and turns his, to show in his ears, like, does like the Agatha from All Along or WandaVision, like, you never have enough, Debie. Never have enough, OMI. Never have enough to finish. I don't have enough. I don't have as much as I would like. I might get more, but yeah, I have, man, it's not a lot. It's not, it's like my fourth. Yeah, it's not a lot, but it's enough. I was saying, great look on the shave. Oh, thank you, Omar. I try, and I try, and I try. I can't get no. And brother Randy, thoughts on Debie in the next 6 months? First thoughts on Definity. Depends on what run. I'm like, I know that Debie's going to run in the next 6 months. Does it get, to $10? Does it get to $100? Like where's this blow off top? Where Definity, I don't think DeFi is really going to run just yet. That might run maybe in Q2, Q3. We might have to wait the second half of the year for that. Or they could surprise us and they could have a bunch of partnerships and they could have a bunch of whatever, and then it could run in like next month. We have I have no idea. But I do know is that Debie has continued to rise. It's at this point, it's just gonna. Damn, there's a lot of buys for this. The volume just keeps going up. Like it is, they are still coming through. I don't know what's going to outperform. You know, gun to my head from right here, Definity. What pumps first? Gun to my head, probably Debie. But so yeah, it would be perfect. These are one of those things where even if Debie just does like a 20x, and because I think the minimum it does like a 30x. I think this goes 100. Rain says this could go 1000x, and I've learned to not. There's not a booger. No, I'm good. There's a show called Hell on Wheels, where on like the last episode, spoilers for anyone that has not seen it. The last episode, you have this one guy that was the foreman on the first, United on the railroad, the Union Pacific Railroad, whatever it is. Now he's the foreman on the other side, and there's this one guy. I think his name is like Mick. That he, they're like going at it. They have to. It's like two generals meeting, the night before, and it's like, we got a big day, and we have X amount of miles to catch up, and you do not. You only have like 2 miles. We have like 4 miles, however much railroad they have to lay. And it says like, the guy Mick, and he goes on talking about him. Says, yeah, seems pretty destitute for you. But if there's one thing I've learned while working on this railroad, is to never bet against Colin Bohannon. And in that same breath, I'll say, like, when Rain gives a prediction, and when Rain goes on and says, like, something is going to happen, if you don't see it right away, just wait. Like Jim Carrey going on saying, if I'm not back in 5 minutes, just wait longer. Just wait. And eventually it'll happen and you'll see it. Is he right 100% of the time? No. Is he right most of the time? Yes. So again, I think Definity does that 1000x. I think Definity has a greater chance of doing 1000x from here than Debie, because Debie's already done this huge run from the bottom. Definity has not. Debie's already $100 million market cap. Definity's like a $7 million market cap. What has the better odds of going 1000x? But even if Debie does that, just like a 20x, and Definity, like, you don't need something to do 1000x. You need Debie to do a 20x. You cycle out of that, and you go into Definity, and then if it just does a 50x, there's your 1000x. So yeah, this could be insane. There's a zombie. Carlos Go says, Rocky 5 had solid moments that kept you engaged. It was the worst one, but it wasn't total dumpster fire of a watch if you like the Rocky. I love that Rocky lore. It was such a, I still enjoyed it. So back in the day, in like mid 2000s, Marvel movies were not on the scene. Well, I take that back. The MCU, nobody had any idea that the MCU was coming, but what they did know is that the Marvel movies that were out there, Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies, X-Men movies, cool, it's fine. I remember me and my friend Rocky, he's an Italian guy. His name was Robert, but he was a boxer. We called him Rocky. We were dating these two girls, and he's married to this girl now. He was dating Emma. I was dating this girl named Brittany. They were best friends, and we loved like the Stallone. We loved the Rocky movies. We loved Stallone movies. Like back in the day, in like the mid 2000s MCU, the girls that we were dating loved 80s movies. They would watch Rocky with us, kind of watch Predator, maybe lose a little interest every now and then, but they love like 16 Candles. They love Breakfast Club. They love St. Almost all of these. They love the old school, but they love like Breakfast at Tiffany's. They love like This Property is Condemned. They love the old movies, and so we got to watch all these with them. and we still, yeah, we still enjoyed Rocky 5 because like now obviously my internet down, my internet. No, we're good, we're good. 9 times out of 10, I'd watch any of the Transformers movies, but yeah, every now and then still watch Rocky. But just I think just for the nostalgia. I still have not seen Creed 3. The first one was really good. The um, second one, I think that came out on like Thanksgiving. And I remember me and my friend Philip. So we're in the military this time, right? Right. Let me see. Let me see. I remember. Oh, let's see. Creed movies. I think the first one was on. The first one was when I was in the military. I remember seeing this like. So like Creed. Like if you hear Creed, I just think of like, it is my creed like to do this. Like I don't automatically think of Apollo Creed. Maybe I should. But I saw this movie. I don't know if the trailer even mentioned that it was Creed, but I see the trailer like, all right, this young guy, and he's, you know, he's boxing. I was like, okay, I love boxing movies. I'll take it. I'll go see it. And then suddenly you see like Sylvester Stallone is like, oh, Creed, it's his son, it's his offspring. Me and my boy Phillips were going insane. We were just like, bro. It was like Christmas for us. And then I remember texting him Creed 2. So this came out in 2018. So we likely saw, I think it came out Thanksgiving. Gonna see if I could find the release date of it. Yeah, November 2018. So I think the trailer came out either year before, like early 2018. I remember texting him, and like the music, like it's all about the DNA, and it's like Drago's son freaking out with him about like girl. So yeah, I haven't seen the third one. Hope it's good. Jonathan Majors in it. He's so freaking jacked. I still love those movies. So great. Either has, I think one of the reasons OMI can be frustrating to hold, oh god, is that we are actually interacting with our investment. Unlike other coins, we can just buy out of sight, out of mind, then sell. Well, yeah. You right. Say, oh, I would like to say hello to all of my friends in Medellin. Hello, Medellin in Colombia. I wish I was there because it is straight up 20 degrees outside. It is absolute brick outside, my guy. But hey, Anna. Hey, Jason. Hey, everyone else that is in Medellin right now. Shout out to Ernie for bringing me there last month. No, December? November. Yeah. Good times. Anywho, that we are actually interacting with our investment, unlike other coins we can just buy out of sight. I'm agreed. This one, I think people are a little bit more in their feels with this. Jeremy Housen, give me that cat. Oh, hello from Medellin, my friend. Yes, very jealous because it is warm. Yeah, 70 degrees there. It is so cold, dude. Like when I let Ralphie out and like I go out with him, normally. So his dog is this cute little like 14-year-old pug, black pug, and he likes to act tough. We go out front, we do our perimeter check, make sure ain't nobody out here. But now that it's like 20 degrees, he like goes out, takes like a minute to pee, and then he's like, I was like, well, what do you want to do? And then he just goes right back inside. It's like, okay, so he's not getting as much exercise as he used to, because it's so cold out. But we chill. Hello, good sir. Oh my god! So Orange Bag Lady is going to be on the podcast. It has been a while. Shame on you, good lady. She'll be on the podcast on Thursday, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I believe. Yes, that is that one. She'll be on. I stopped watching Creed after MGM Charles Winkler pushed Stallone out. Yeah, that wasn't cool. Wasn't cool at all. Oh god, hiccups. Carter Gold said, literally kicked the creator of the rock. Yeah. What the heck, man? The heck. Oh, OBL. Love and miss you, friendo. Can't wait to see you. Can't wait to see you on Thursday. I actually am supposed to have somebody on tomorrow. Jen, I got to give her a call. She's supposed to be on tomorrow. She's an actress. She's been on before. known as Jen is the man. Jen is L man. Let's see. Super pretty too, so y'all will like her. Jen, if I put in Jen Feldman, Randy Chavez, or I put Jen is the man. Randy Chavez. I know it's got to be in one of my. Oh, okay. So it's Jen is L man. She came on 2 years ago. Wow, that is a while ago. Oh wow, I look so Spanish there. Let's see where this is at. This was actually January 4th, 2023, and now she's coming on. I think tomorrow. I have to give her a call. I'll give her a call right now. Anyway, guys, please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. We've been here for about 2 hours. I'll go on another 5 minutes to make it to that 2 hour mark. Let's see where we go here. We can do the rest of the news, or some of the rest of the news. Grok score. So I'm still not 100% sure what a Grok score is. Again, I'll be on for like another 4.5 minutes. So Grok score is a fictional metric used within the context of the conversation to humorously quantify understanding, insight, or alignment with the universe's truths, inspired by the concept of grokking. All right, so long story short, I saw a bunch of people get like 65 out of 100. My Grok score is 92. Whoop, whoop. Also, I really want pigs. Look at how they look like doggos. Look how cute they look. And the coloring, I bet they'd make great bacon. Sergio Rodriguez, one last thing I'll read. He says, guys, please stop perpetuating this false premise that VeVe NFTs need utility. They already have utility. They each yield daily MCP points, which can then be used for early access to drops and also exclusive crafting events. That's utility. They each help you level up your MCP rank, which can also be used to access free airdrops, like the Christmas tree airdrop, which was based on your MCP rank. That's utility. These MCP ranks give you exclusive access to real-life ticketed events, like the New York Comic Con event a few months ago, completely for free. That's utility. You can use them in augmented reality and take photos in real-life settings. That's my thumbnail. That's utility. You can design showrooms in virtual reality with them. That's utility. You can use them in the VeVeverse. That's utility. And this doesn't even get into accessing an amazing community of real-life enthusiasts that exists all over the world within the VeVe ecosystem. What more do you actually want from them? Meanwhile, 99.9% of NFTs on OpenSea have none of these features and end up rug pulling the entire user base. When you buy a VeVe NFT, you're getting utility beyond anything most projects can offer. So please, next time you hear someone blabbering about the lack of utility on VeVe, tag them on this post so they are reminded about how silly their argument sounds. That is great. In case don't get too later, have a good night. Stay warm inside. Freezing in South Central Florida in the 40s. My guy, I heckin' wish. Look at this Metagross protecting these tepigs from the rain. God, I love that. And yeah, that is the full photo of the Spider-Man NFT. Got some friendos back there. I miss those pants. Some nice cargo pants. Remember when VeVe Las Vegas was super pumped because he made it on real Randy Chavez's fridge? Then he tagged Wen Lopez, not Star Helix, Hey Davidson, EQ Crypto, and VeVe Official. Wow, that people were so excited to be on my fridge. And also, the memes. Oh, Big Daddy Chavez. That is I think that nickname actually came from K Collections, and someone just took it and ran with it. Contract to discuss. Okay. That should be all right. We got another minute and a half. All right, let's go. California Comics says The Lion King is arguably one of the greatest, if not the greatest, Disney movie of all time. I'm ecstatic to add mint number 1923 of this epic story to my vault. So kind of copying Name Coast, who has the 1923 partner statue and the 1923 Elsa. This guy has the 1923 Timon and Pumbaa. And then I think, is it Charlie Fisher? Charlie Fisher goes off and says, "You're welcome, my friend. Now we can go to the club together." Having a 1923 Flounder and Sebastian. Just, oh my God, absolutely incredible. So stupid. Yeah, one over the Maserati. They have like 88,000 now, almost 89,000 in sales. It will last 36 hours, which is great. And then you have, so they have a new IP called AKAU Uptempo, 22,000 followers over on Instagram. I'll do a deep dive into them and then report about it tomorrow. Let's go over what song should be the outro. What song do I have in the outro? I forget. Oh, I can't believe I'm actually meant. Yeah, the drug in me is you. So let's do the end of the song. We'll do the end of the song. I've lost my freaking mind, and there's no freaking time. I can't believe I'm actually meant to be here. Everyone say bye to Dashie. Bye-bye, Dashie. I love you all. Trying to consume the drug in me is you.